Alrighty then. Hi, we're live. You might notice this will probably become accidentally visible during the stream, as well as like this is not as well lit up. Right before stream, turns out one of my studio lighting went down. And I do not have a replacement right now, so we're working at half light, guys. Which, you know, that's fine, right?
Half light, full life consequences.
You know, good on you for pulling that one out of your ass. Yeah, okay. But no, we are continuing on with Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, and in the last stream, Phoenix went and did the thing that you're not supposed to do in 2025.
Got canceled on Twitter.
I mean, he probably would be if this trial ever made it public. I mean, okay. The only thing in his favor, and I really mean the only thing in his favor, is... I guess there's two things. One, this game came out 2016, I think? Also, hi, Isa. This game came out in 2016, I think, right? Which, that was sort of like the beginning of you know, that sort of etiquette being put out, but also in the society that they're in, apparently, your ability to do magic is completely dependent on, you know, certain traits you're born with that you cannot change. So,
I will point out one addendum to that, which is this is a murder trial. This is not a question of etiquette. This is a question of who is being executed, the person who committed the crime or not.
Hey, you would be glad it was Maya. What are you talking about? Okay, fine.
I would not be upset about Maya being burned alive. I'm just saying that that in this circumstance, where what otherwise might be something where it's like we don't talk about this, it is absolutely necessary to talk about because it is a defining answer as to who is the one who committed a crime of taking two lives.
Yep.
And more to the point, whether the right person is going to be executed.
Yep. And knowing what I know about the rest of the game, oh boy, is that not more true than anything else. The Maya bloodline. Okay, fine. So one other thing is in Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, like the little text, like, oh, hold on a second, what was my Godot voice? It was something like, hello, trite. First of all, sipped coffee. How can you out a witch's gender like that, trite? That was sort of my Godot voice.
To be fair, they already have the bloodline secured, so Maya's
I mean, Pearl's also more competent anyway.
Yeah.
Actually, from what I know about later games, Maya is actually better. Pearl has like natural, but she can't grow as much. If that makes sense.
That would require Maya being intelligent enough to learn.
Third game of the Apollo Justice trilogy. Let's go.
So like 3 years from now.
All right. Continue.
So how are y'all doing, chat?
We actually have chat this time. You can say hello to chat. Although I
chat.
will admit, you are pretty
Anyone
soft.
other than Isa, because Isa doesn't count as chat. Isa's just there.
Yeah, I will admit both of you are pretty soft, so I am going to be turning your volumes up. Could I get an audio check from Yuri?
3, 2, 1.
No,
Chat?
that's the best I can do. That's fine. I think this
Pretty sure
has
this
to be
is,
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Alrighty. This is it. Maya's trial. We were finally able to make some headway in this case.
Oh, that's why you guys are soft. Hold on a second. My audio settings are off, so I gotta turn you back down a little bit. Alright, but you should be good now. Alright.
Seems like they're trying to accuse her of that other incident, too. We're dealing with 1 ton of customer.
Sell the gold statue? There's no way that whole thing is gold, right?
The real culprit is a witch. That much I'm certain of. But the question is, who? I think I know the answer.
Who?
I wrote the book
The
of love.
butler did it. Jean Grey Earl. They think I'm gonna let them take Maya. They've got another thing coming.
I believe their name is now Jean, not Jean.
Oh.
Like, that's the point. Like, it was a gender-neutral name that could be read either way, right? Like, that was the point. Yep. Whoever was the localizer did a good job. Because even though we sort of read this earlier, we're going to reread it again because it is the start of a fresh stream. So let's go.
All right. At around 1 o'clock at night, I excused myself and left Master Belduke in the study. When I called him for his breakfast in the morning, he did not respond. The door to his study was locked. A neighbor had come to visit just then, so we were forced to open the door together. All the potions and concoctions from the study have been confiscated. I wonder if they're being properly stored.
I think this one's the press. Oh,
Those
yep, sorry. Items were 3 months ago. Something. Do you want me to just speed through this and come back to
those
it?
items were from the
please.
from the case 3 months ago, right?
Good enough.
That doesn't
Okay,
make
fine.
any sense with this. Like, that statement doesn't make any sense there, so.
Fine, we will loop. Ah, right. I am Bonham. Bonham and Bailey.
Barnum on the
What a
Bailey.
lovely circus. Dots.
Fuck, that was the last one. I hate it when there's the arrow
Yep.
at the last one that makes it look like there's more statements. Yeah, okay.
Hold it!
Those items were confiscated 3 months ago. You still haven't gotten them back?
No, not a single thing. Even though many of those were personal items with no relevance to the crime.
Now that I think about it, that room did look pretty empty.
Alright, I am here to poop in your parade. As I said, the victim was an alchemist. Among his possessions were some very dangerous concoctions. But he did produce medicines to aid the sick townspeople as well, to give him his due.
Indeed. Alchemy is highly beneficial to the townspeople, even if they fail to notice it.
It may be beneficial, but it also inspires fear. People fear what they do not understand.
Goldor.
At any rate, I cannot return the items to you until Sir Belduke's case is solved. That is what High Inquisitor Darklaw has decided.
And the confiscated goods are being kept in a secret vault by the Knights of the Inquisition?
Even the Inquisitors cannot freely enter that vault. It is strictly supervised.
Dots.
Blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any evidence to talk about any of these statements, so that was
Not
the
yet, anyway.
like that earlier statement was the only one I thought of. So I'm just gonna start pressing.
So you last saw him alive at 1 a.m. Is that correct?
Yes. Master had a habit of conducting his experiments at night, so it was the usual time for me to finish my work.
Weren't you helping him with those experiments?
He would sometimes have errands for me, but alchemists generally keep their experiments a secret. That's why I would always excuse myself at that time, unless Master had some other tasks for me.
And that night there was no more work. Oh, well, I don't know where my brain was going there. Okay. And that night there was no more work for you? No, and that night there was no more work for you. Why did I think that night there was where the cadence of the sentence was? And that night there was no work for you. Boy, my brain is not doing well today. All right, keep going.
Are you all right there, Inspector Barnum?
No, I'm fine. Just answer my text.
You are correct.
Name's Bond's having a stroke. Call.
You are most correct, Inquisitor. I wish Master a good night as I shut the door behind me, and then I heard him lock the key, which was also a knife. There was nothing unusual about him, at least nothing I noticed.
You know, it's going to take like a... Okay, I'm just going to state this right now. If somebody donates a combined total of $1,000, that is the only reason why I would ever play the fucking
Investigations games?
Investigations games, and I would be putting most of that money to charity. The most that I don't put to charity would be used to purchase the investigation games because I do not want to buy that game.
Very fair.
I mean, the alternative is you could be playing Danganronpa.
Okay. We could talk about that later, but I don't. I am not as angry with it as certain other people are. Don't get me wrong, it's not that great, but it's not. Let's continue. Name's Bond is having a stroke, okay? Call a Bondulance.
Hold it!
And what time was that?
Master would always take his breakfast at 9 a.m., so it was around that time.
So you didn't have the key to Sir Belduke's study, is that correct?
Yes, there's only one key to that room, and Master always kept it with him. Master's research was a very delicate matter, you see. We had to take strict measures to prevent outsiders from entering them.
Although I do have a question for you. If we ever do the second game, is it the best, or is it whatever the translation has named him?
Whatever you think is the best.
Occasionally, delinquents would try to make off with one of the Master's medicaments. Medicaments? I have no idea how to pronounce that word.
Are you
stealing?
Are you having a stroke? Do you need a Bondulance?
Thieves stealing from an alchemist?
Hold on.
I can't tell if that's incredibly brave or incredibly stupid. Probably the latter.
Goldor? Don't you mean Godor?
No. That's why the door to the room is made from thick oak wood. I wouldn't have been able to force the door open on my own.
Are you having a stroke? Seriously? Like, are we having multiple strokes here?
Hold on.
She couldn't have entered the room before that, then.
Hold it!
Wait, you mean you broke the door?
The only key to that room was in Sir Belduke's pocket. The only way to enter the study was to break the door open.
And you managed that with the help of a visitor who came to visit?
Are we all having strongs today?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You said a visitor who came to visit.
And you managed that with the help of a neighbor who came to visit.
I was just grabbing a small candy, so just give me a second here.
I'm concerned that someone here is dabbling in alchemy. A squirrel tonic, you say?
Squirrel.
Master would not tolerate that. Yes, it wasn't a social visit, mind. He came as a patient.
A patient? Can you tell me more about him?
Objection!
Objection! Fuck off! Dab!
confidentiality?
The victim's neighbor is irrelevant. He has nothing to do with this case.
I'm pretty sure HIPAA doesn't exist in this world. I think you're pushing it this time. A witness is hardly irrelevant.
Sandry, HIPAA in courts. What's the deal?
Probably need a court order.
Probably need a court order. Fair enough.
Judge would have to decide that it was sufficiently important to the case that you could override the otherwise.
Yeah, no,
Because
no.
it's not just HIPAA. There's HIPAA and doctor-patient confidentiality also.
What's got him so shaken? Looks as if he's just had a rush of blood to the head.
Mr. Belduke had been making very potent medicines, among other things. He would get people coming up from the town at all hours, asking at all hours of the day or night, asking for them.
I think we're all having strong, seriously.
And yet, in return for all the help Master offered, people would gossip about him dabbling in witchcraft.
It's gonna turn out Barnum was going to the alchemist for boner pills.
Makes sense to me.
I mean, I would never say that you were correct about that. How's Mrs. Barnum doing, by the way?
So you broke down the door. So you broke the door together with a neighbor.
Guys. Let's take a minute. Everybody take a sip of water or something. We good?
Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously.
Ooh,
Peter Piper,
that's the first time I heard.
picked-
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Toy boat. Boat. No, I can never do that one. Toy boat. Nope, it keeps getting weirder and weirder every time I say it.
The toy boat that Toyota wrote.
Just repeat toy boat over and over again. Just eventually, it just messes up.
Toy boat.
See?
Toy boat. Yeah, it's
Yep.
close, but
Yep.
Anyway,
That's the one tongue twister I could never even try to do.
yes, when I explained the situation to him, he brought over an axe. Then he proceeded to attack the door with great force, smashing it to splinters.
here's Johnny.
Mhm.
Let's see. By the way, about that neighbor.
Yes, his name was Jack.
Who was...
Howdy! It's me! Amir!
It's time for Emir's grand entrance.
Oh, it's me again!
Oh, God. No, we did not.
Oh, I'm here, guys!
Hey, Spazzing Eagle, speaking of 6-year-old expired tonics.
Order! Could it be that it was you who... Where are you looking, old man? I'm right here. And as for who I am...
Where did you come from?
Where did Birdley come from, more
That's what I
importantly?
was talking about. I know where the fat man came from.
Did he grab Birdley off of did he grab Birdley from presumably in the defendant's lobby, rush him up the stairs just to do that heroic entrance, and then, while grabbing him by the scruff of his neck, jump down with Birdley?
Dear God.
I'm
Seems
the
to happen.
alchemist's neighbour and a witness in that case too.
I'm a witness in every case! You will never get past me!
Passion for justice seething within. Emir is always at the crime scene.
Objection!
It's you again. You're the guy from earlier, right?
Yeah, that's me. Mirror's the name. How you been, Bluey?
It's literally been a few minutes. Are you really the alchemist's neighbor? Seriously?
I'm everybody's neighbor. I know, right? Freaky coincidence, huh? Well, yeah, his house next to mine.
Ridiculed earlier, Amir returns, drinking like a king he never ever learns.
That's why I tried to stop you from asking about the neighbor. Huh? What's it called, Inquisitor Barnum?
Unable to hold his steady cold gaze, Emir drinks fast as if in a daze. And the musician standing next to you.
Huh? Yep, that's my private part. Birdley. Right, music genius.
Oh, dearie me, dearie me.
Oh, dearie me.
I'm just gonna point out, I know all they did was just didn't animate Grey Earl, but Grey Earl's holding a very steady face for being right adjacent to these two yahoos.
To be
He's
fair,
my
I would be
neighbor.
terrified too.
I'm not terrified. I'm just used to it. He's my neighbor and a drunk. Do you think that he stays over in his own house? No, he comes over every day for headache reliever and hangover cures.
Well, what was Judge? Judge was like, order in the court. Well, no use shutting the stable door after
Banshees
the
are here for
horses
drinking.
bolted. Let's move on.
So it just reminds me of an old song. Order in the court. You banshees are here for drinking. To which the reply from the crowd is, when do we start?
Witness, since you're already here, you may as well add your testimony. Testify about what you witnessed on the morning after the crime. You can count on me.
Oh, God help us.
Well, hold on a second. I think I should word these because let me rewind to make sure he doesn't add to like an earlier one. Okay. It dawned on me, Gib. The witch cast's familiar, just like in this case. Yeah. Okay. So that's the only one that got added.
Blah, 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 blah.
Can you tell me what caused that sudden
Rationale.
Realization.
rationale?
Realization works too. Sure thing. When the Inquisitors came around, I went to have a little peek at the crime scene. And sorry about that. It's just, I was pressing the A button to get it fast forwarded, and it just so happened I hit the right exact frame that it ended. That's when I heard them talking about it. I was surprised because they must have come to the same conclusion as me. Crikey, they can do their job, and the Inquisitors, I thought. It had to be familiar.
So he was eavesdropping.
If I happen to see that familiar user, I'll arrest him myself. Oh, witness, you are testifying in court. Can you not restrain yourself a bit? If you make this an NPC in one of your games, I don't have the patience to come up with like the ad-libbing for this guy. Was it? Don't you see I gotta have me keep my spirits up? It's the most potent medicine.
'Tis a drink Amir likes to savor with an intoxicating scent and flavor. Anyway, this is a waste of time. I should be looking for decisive contradictions.
I wonder if you have to redo the questions now that there's someone here who can
Yeah,
go,
probably.
aha!
Yep. Witnesses, continue your testimonies.
Statements already made.
Blah 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 blah.
I've already answered this. Words.
Woods.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I want to suck your blood.
Dots.
That's all.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yes, this is actually not loop. This is actually not loop.
Excuse me, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry to interrupt your train of thought.
Oh, that's okay. What is it?
I'm wondering if it's just me, but I've been thinking about Mr. Edmere's testimony. I think what he said. It's a little strange, isn't it?
You might know everything I'm going to do.
Yeah. How can I put it? It's pretty obviously contradictory.
Ask me to do dinner first before you get blood, blah, blah, blah.
He was so keen to testify. Maybe we should give him some attention and point out those contradictions. What a good idea, Luke. That's why I'm looking away from you.
I was going to say something about that.
Faces directly away from Luke. What a good idea, young man.
Okay, hold on a second. Is this hint that I need to re-push him, maybe?
Do you think it's the spell, whatchamacallit? The green spell?
Let me... Oh, let's see. Grand Grimoire. Godor creates a portal on two sides of green-colored walls. Familia, some sort of magical familiars in the shadows. Although
How would he know? How would he know that it was Familia if he didn't see the Telea Magica?
Because he's also actually a witch.
He listened to the Inquisitors. He's just saying all Inquisitors are awesome. Oops, I hit the forward button by mistake. That's my bad. Alright, I'm going to push the other statement, see if something pops up, because I just don't think we have evidence to contradict what he said, but I could be wrong. Fuck it. Are we counting this?
Sure, let's throw a hint coin at it. We have like 100 of them.
Oh, okay. Apparently we do have evidence to present.
I'm going with the Telea Magica, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't give us an option for the Grimoire, so...
It's gotta be that it doesn't have Familia, then.
Yep.
Objection!
There's something you don't seem to understand here, Mr. Emir.
See, this is... Also, part of the problem is I know a future twist, which is causing me to, like, mix up evidence in my head, Sandry. So, yeah, sorry.
The Familia gem in this witch's scepter is a fake. The gem is useless.
Just like this buffoon's testimony. Huh?
Therefore, your testimony doesn't hold water.
Oh, but I've been told my liver doesn't hold water either. Mr. Imar is actually missing Imar? What? Mrs. Emir? Oh, wait, wrong voice. Like anything else. Just like anything else, he says. Hey, what?
Ignored and scorned without credibility, will majestic Emir now show humility?
Humility? Oh. Oh! A fake! You should have listened to the trial more carefully. Now that has been dealt with. Inquisitor Barnum. This witch scepter was not discovered at the crime scene when Sir Belduke was murdered. Is that correct? Indeed.
Why is the sword?
Has he ever had a reason to pull out his sword other than he can? Indeed. We have deduced that Familia must have been used, however.
To be fair, swords are awesome.
Yeah. I'm with him on this one. Swords
But
are awesome.
that Familia magic gem was a fake. That much has been demonstrated today.
Hold on a second. I wish I had this actually set up right now, but I'll do it anyways. Oh, never mind. It's out of batteries. I was literally gonna draw a sword, and when you said stop drawing swords in court.
Gonna get it charging?
Yeah, I'm getting it charging right now.
What's more, as we've learned from Cracker the Parrot's testimony, the witch used the spell Godor. The fact that there's a green wall at the crime scene corroborates that.
Objection. Slam. That wall may not have been painted green 3 months ago.
Hasn't the room been sealed?
And besides, no one could have passed through a portal so small. Oh, no. It wasn't sealed, but the white powder would have shown anybody's footsteps.
Yep.
To be honest, I started wondering, were Sir Layton's and Sir Belduke's murders actually committed by the same witch?
Objection!
Your Honor, I'd like to remind you that that was the Inquisition's claim.
Sorry, come on. Get up here. Oh, come on, girl. Get up here. Yeah. Come on. Oh, she doesn't want to get up here. Okay.
Hello, Dougie.
It's okay. If you don't want to get up, you don't have to get up. I'm just going to rub you for a little bit. All right, you're free to go. Dots.
He's right, though. It's got to be the same culprit in both cases. And, at the very least...
Just a question.
What?
Why does it have to be the same culprit?
It's possible that the witch used the spell Godor to commit Sir Belduke's murder.
Phoenix is under the impression that in both cases it's this, Jean.
I'm just saying, but there's nothing that requires that. You could just have two witches in conspiracy.
Yeah, true. Is that what a group of witches is called? A conspiracy?
No, it's called a coven.
No. In this world, it's a conspiracy.
What? In that case, I will ask the defense to show us proof. Do you have proof that the witch could have used Godor to kill Sir Belduke?
You bet your bippy, Honor.
Crime scene sketches. Yes. Okay, so we have 3 sketches here. One of the floor.
Yeah, I think that's
the
white
first of the
paper.
second.
One of him
I
and
like
his
that
neck.
one.
No, this is the one that it is. Because you can look at the background.
Fair.
Take that!
I'd like you to take a look at these.
Aren't those the court illustrator's sketches?
As you can see from this sketch, the victim was seated at his desk when he was murdered. And what can you see right behind the victim?
A small landscape painting.
Thank you, Inquisitor. But there's one more point of note.
Is it an E flat or a D?
Now you're going to see sharply. Look closely at the painting. Do you notice anything behind it?
Jordan! I didn't even set that one up.
Well
Thank
done.
you. That was good. That was really good. Oh, I see it. The wall behind... Sorry, I'm currently chewing on a candy here. Oh, I see it. The wall behind it had already been painted green. Which means the witch could have used the portal spell there 3 months ago.
Objection!
No, but a witch's arms could pass through and throttle someone from behind, which is what happened.
One moment, my lord. Considering how small that portal would have been, could a witch not have passed through it? I think not.
Objection!
Of course, a witch would not be able to go right through it. However, if you look at the distance between the portal and the victim, you'll notice that the victim, Sir Belduke, was sitting just an arm's length from where the portal would have been.
Dots.
The witch did not have to enter the room at all. All she had to do was reach through with her arms in order to strangle Sir Belduke, who was sitting right under the painting.
Order! Inquisitor Barnum, what say you to that? I am Barnum. Fascinating theory, Sir Blue Knight. Dab! But there's a notable contradiction within it.
Where would that be?
In my dab, didn't you see it? It was epic. Tell me, why do you think we concluded that Familia had to have been used? We had a certain reason for it, of course.
You're
You're
idiots.
stupid.
And what was that reason exactly? The crime scene had been tampered with.
How so?
Imagine the circumstances of Sir Belduke's death and it should become obvious, even to you. The victim was choked to death.
Yes.
And yet, there were no signs of a struggle. Highly improbable, don't you think?
I have a question. Just before
He said, what are you getting at? And I hit the A button too
What
soon.
are you getting at?
Go ahead.
Question. Why is there blood dripping out of his mouth when he was strangled?
Think about
Good
it.
question.
Can you imagine anyone just sitting back and letting themselves be strangled? Clearly, there should have been evidence of a struggle. And since we haven't found any, that must mean the killer erased all traces of a fight from the crime scene.
And do you think that a cat could do that? Do you think that a cat could form hands?
Familiar
and
is not a cat in this world. We literally
It's
saw
like
what the familiar looked like in the cutscene. It's like
I sworn the actual description said an animal.
nope.
No, it's like a little floaty ghost thing.
Yep. A magical familiar from the shadows. We saw it. It possesses a physical form, but it's completely weightless. We saw it in the cutscene.
Yeah, I know. I think I just wanted to say something about an animal, which is why it was so strange. Anyway,
You said that last time, and I thought that was just you like doing D&D stuff to it. You actually thought it did say animal? Okay, that's.
I could have sworn
I
it
would
did somewhere,
have.
but
I would have
remember.
corrected you last time if I thought you weren't just doing D&D like a D&D joke. Sorry, because you did say that last time too. Indeed, that would be the logical conclusion. Now, surely it'd be impossible to do any such thing had the witch only reached inside through a portal. In order to cover up the evidence she left behind, the witch had to have used a familiar. Without doing so, there would have been no reason. There would have been no point in her using the spell Godor.
Objection!
Miss Grey Arrow could have done it. She might have been able to tamper with the crime scene.
What are you talking about?
The morning of the crime. From the time Miss Grey Arrow and that guy entered the study, until the arrival of the Knights of the Inquisition, there was a window of time in which she had the opportunity to do so. We need to look into what happened in that window.
It seems we may be in need of another testimony. Witnesses, Testify about what happened in the time between the body being found and the Knights of the Inquisition arriving. Sure thing! Ask me anything! I'll tell you all you need to know!
Oh, glorious Emir, tell us more. Maybe you won't be laughed at as before.
Man, this guy is really fucking giving him shit, isn't he?
Considering he's getting paid by the dude, yeah.
Only 2 people accessed the crime scene at that time, Grey Earl and Emir. Believe it or not, Emir is the key witness in this case.
Can I borrow your sword for 5-10 minutes? Okay. It's my witness testimony time. I broke down the door and saw the alchemist slumped in his chair and gave me a jolt. The butler hurried to call the Knights of the Inquisition. He never entered the study. Man, he's getting worse. Am I wrong here? Like, his actual text is getting worse. It's not just me adding to it.
No, it's entirely reasonable.
He's also
how
swaying more than he was
is.
before.
What did I do then? Yeah, I was asked to keep an eye on things, so I went in to have a bit of a look at everything. Made me pretty drowsy, so I went and took a little nap on the couch.
Wait, what? Mr. Emir, you said the butler didn't enter the crime scene.
Yeah, he never set foot in there. The moment he saw Belduke, he told me to stand guard till the Knights of the Inquisition arrived. And then off he went. What a resourceful apprentice that alchemist was, I thought to myself. I almost feel sorry for you, Sir Blue Knight. After all, your suspect couldn't have tampered with the crime scene.
That can't be true.
He took a fucking nap, guys!
What?
He said he took a nap!
Why is there this moment of questioning?
Defense, please proceed with the interrogation.
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
fell asleep, fuckwad.
He fell asleep, fuckwad.
End of interrogation.
Hold it!
Here we
Hold
go.
it.
You took a nap in a room where a man had been murdered with the body still in there?
Why so surprised, Bluey? It was 9 a.m. I'm usually still half asleep at that hour. I suppose maybe all the merrymaking the night before added to that as well.
An infamous celebrity known to all ends, Emir makes merry like a young prince.
So, yeah, I was kind of overcome with drowsiness. There was nothing else I can do but go to sleep, right? When the butler returned, accompanied by the 2 knights, he was supposedly sleeping noisily on the victim's couch.
You mean he was snoring?
No, noisily. As in, he was yelling at the Inquisitors in his sleep. Oh, he actually said no? Apparently, he was grinding his teeth.
Ugh, I shouldn't have asked.
But then anyone could have tampered with the crime scene while Mr. Emir was asleep, right?
Good catch, Luke. Also, you have gone strangely southern for someone from England.
I'm sorry. Why did they feel like they needed to point that out to the player?
Because
Like, hey, player.
bad writing.
He was asleep. He couldn't have noticed anything.
Anyway, I barely caught a wink of sleep when those nights arrived. And my teeth grinding is sort of paralyzing effect on people, so I've been told. So if someone had come in, I don't think they've been able to do much.
Right. Ariel didn't set foot in the study. He'll be gentle as a lamb. I'm pretty sure he won't feel anything.
Hold it!
He wouldn't feel it if you hit him with a baseball bat full of nails.
Before you smash the door, did you check that it was really locked?
Of course I did. We tried to get open without resorting to brute force, but it wouldn't budge. So I went to fetch my lovely little axe.
His wooden enemy stand tall and still, yet Emir sprang forth, it was overkill.
I'm getting more water. Hold on a second. This guy's voice.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab a snack.
Especially
Be right back.
drunker he gets.
How you doing, chat? It's just you and me. Have you had a good week? Have you stretched, gotten yourself some water, eaten anything today? Self-care is important after all. Just looking out for y'all.
Did I hear a Doug theme song?
You heard no such thing.
Uh-huh.
And if you claim otherwise, it's slander.
All right. Is Sandra go okay too? I guess.
Yeah, Sandry wandered off to get something to drink.
Okay. I'm not kidding. The longer I voice that guy, especially the drunker he gets, it is not the easiest to put on a grumble. Like, yes,
Yeah.
it's easy, but it's not easy to get a good grumble that sounds good and, doesn't
Did you
hurt
think
the
I lied
throat.
about the door being locked?
Yes.
No, of course not. Boy, she's so sharp she might cut herself. Or me. Most likely me.
So then I went inside and the alchemist was slumped in his chair. Oh, I'm also Bonham. While we're at it, allow me to confirm something. When you entered the room, did the victim look the way he does in this sketch? Yep, that's it. Spot on. Nicely drawn, too. At first I didn't know if he was really dead. He looked like he just passed out or something, tired from his research.
Oh,
Hang on!
Miss Grey Earl, may I ask you something?
Yes, what is it?
What do you think of Mr. Emir's testimony?
I think he's an idiot. There's nothing amiss. However, Mr. Wright, I can tell what you're thinking.
You can? Well, let's see if you're right.
Your Honor, if she knows what I'm thinking, she's a witch. Burn her at the stake.
When he entered the room, Mr. Amir didn't notice that Master Belduke was dead. On the other hand, I ran straight away to call the Knights of the Inquisition. And so, you suspect that I knew beforehand that Master was dead. That's what you're thinking. Your face is like an open book.
But isn't that what actually happened?
No, I knew something was wrong because Master had very fine manners and would never sleep in his chair. I saw him like that. I was struck with a very bad realization. I felt certain that something terrible must have happened.
I've heard about you. The word is that you're very collected and perceptive. It would seem to be the case.
It would be more appropriate to call her calculating.
Thoughts?
Somehow I feel like you're not paying enough attention here.
You'd be correct.
That matters not, witness. Let us proceed with the cross-examination. Matters not, huh? No need to be so rude about it.
Hold it!
Are you sure the butler didn't enter the crime scene?
Like I said, he didn't set foot in that room. I went in and sort of didn't know what to do, but the butler sussed out the situation in the blink of an eye. He told me to stand guard, and then he ran out.
She went to call the Knights of the Inquisition. Is that correct?
The butler's a she?
A moment. That's correct. Went to a nearby garrison.
We have records of when the crime was reported. They match the witness's testimony. Grey Earl?
Tea
I was
lady.
at Master Belduke's house for 2 nights. They began investigation immediately, taking away Master's research materials and concoctions. In the end, I wasn't able to enter the room that day.
There can be no doubts about it. As she is the alchemist's apprentice, she was under close observation following the incident.
Wasn't aware of that. I stay shifty-eyed.
So, in the end, she didn't have access to the crime scene at all on that day, huh? By the way, what were you doing at that time?
Huh? What? Me?
Who else would I be talking to, you bejeweled pineapple?
What did I do then?
Hold it!
What were you having a look at?
Well, I was asked to take care of the crime scene, wasn't I? So I had to, make sure everything was in order. I mean, you know. It's not like I went wild with excitement after being left in a real alchemist room full of mysterious stuff.
I'm sure you didn't, Mr. Sticky Fingers.
Oh, and besides... Jordan?
Sorry, cat. Besides...
You better pet that cat. She asked me to look for something, so I was doing that too.
Hang on!
Miss Grey Earl, you look lost in thought.
Oh, you're talking to me?
You missed the dots.
So
Even
did you.
she can be caught off guard if I can't choose the right moment. You've been listening to Mr. Amir's testimony, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
He was asked to look for something. It was you who asked him, I assume. What did you tell him to look for?
Dots. I think you're mistaken. I don't remember making any request of that sort.
Huh?
Oi, Bluey! Were you even listening to what I said? It was a lady that asked me. The butler's a guy, you numbskull.
Thank you.
That's okay. Ally for life. Hey! What's up? Why is everyone looking at me like that?
Quite a while ago, we learned that the butler, Jean Grey Earl, is actually female.
What?
That's why, when you said a lady asked you to search for something, we assumed it was Mrs. Grey Earl.
What?
Daydreaming, listening, but not hearing. That look of shock is almost endearing.
What? Why didn't anyone tell me before? Do you require a personal notification? You should have been listening to the trial. Knights of the court, squabbling with the witness is most unseemly. What I would like to know is this. Who was the lady that made the request of Amir? Huh? Yeah, that was actually Miss... Oh, no! No!
He's absolutely certainly talking about me.
Okay, I know you were this character, Sandri, but this might give you way too many characters in this scene. Do you want to offload this one to, like, Jordan or me?
I think I'm the only one with only one character right now.
Yeah, she.
Okay.
Yeah, Sandri's working doing Grey Earl.
Oh, I'm Letty. Hang on a minute. I'll get down that post haste.
Jump.
But, Miss Letty...
Miss
who are you
Letty?
precisely?
Who are you precisely? Okay.
Me? Who am I? I'm Letty Mailer. I'm the courier.
Letty Mailer. Let's
One
just
second.
take a moment to sip in this pun here.
I wouldn't call it a pun. It's barely a P.
Courier is a person who collects purpose letters or packages. You definitely don't have those in Los Tokyo.
Jordan? I mean, he did...
Sorry, cat.
He did blue text the courier earlier. Jordan missed that too.
I know. Thanks anyway, Isabella. I wish she'd stop misreading my mind.
By the way, we acknowledge, we break the fourth wall. That would be, I wish you'd stop misreading my blue text. Hold on. Miss Mailer, do you mean it was you who irresponsibly made such a request to that troublemaker?
Me? Maybe. Yes, I guess so. I asked him to find me. He'll find me something.
Outrageous! Why was I not informed of this?
I guess no one told you. Maybe because you didn't ask?
Let's see how you like it.
It seems we will need to ask you to testify, Miss Mailer. Testify! Explain to us how you were involved in this case.
Frankly, I wouldn't say I lost that voice in time. Frankly, I wouldn't say I was involved in anything. Lost that voice. Now I'm in a tight spot. Guess it's because that guy said something weird about me.
Yeah, ease up on me, lady. Like the saying goes, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. Beats being a pickle on your own, eh? Now then, Miss Letty Mailer, testify about that day. Oh, don't you love that high pitch? Oh, I don't know if you two heard it, but his ears were ringing.
No, I heard it.
So did I.
Ye gods, that voice could make windows shatter.
So...
Tabeldic said he'd have a letter to send, so I came by to pick it up.
Man, this testimony just keeps getting more and more text, doesn't it?
It really does, doesn't it?
I mean,
It really does, doesn't it?
I know the answer to this.
Objection!
Well,
Yes.
the letter you found that morning. Was it, by any chance, this one here?
Ah. Yes, that's the one. But wait, how did you get it? You're a piece of work, all right.
Objection!
Objection. Dab. Hold it. Sir Blue Knight. How did you come by that letter?
It just sort of fell into my lap, so to speak. It was the professor who found it, but he doesn't need to know that. We don't do discovery around here.
Defender. Just what in the world are the contents of that letter?
Well, the letter's blank.
What? All this fuss over a blank letter?
As you can see, there are some sheets of parchment inside the envelope.
Indeed, and there's not a trace of ink on them. What is the meaning of this? Don't forget that Sir Belduke was an alchemist. He may have used some kind of invisible ink to write that letter. Indeed, the judge said, and I hit the A button way too soon.
She already said it. I don't need to say
Yeah.
it. About that. Doesn't make sense to me.
What?
Miss Mailer?
The thing is, I saw that letter. All the pages were full of writing. So, you know.
Objection!
Objection! Dab and slam! Hold it, witness! You saw the contents of Sir Belduke's letter?
I didn't read it. It's just that, you see.
Witness, this is an important matter. You will need to testify about it. Add more testimony to this giant ass testimony. Tell us what you know about this letter.
Night. Probably at 1 a.m. I made a delivery to Sir Belduke. He's writing a letter at the time. It'll be ready soon, so come by to pick it up tomorrow morning. That's what he said. I left to study and wished the butler good night. Then I went home. I went there again the next morning, and as promised, Sir Belduke was... Well, anyway, I looked for the letter. Then that guy went out like a light on the couch. Got a little scared, so I left as soon as I found the letter.
I see. So you witnessed the victim write the letter.
I wouldn't say witnessed. That sounds so legal. The sheets of parchment were on his desk, though. I saw that. They were covered in writing, margin to margin.
But you don't know what the letter was about.
Telling you would be a breach of our privacy policy. I can't reveal its contents or who it was addressed to.
I think I know exactly what she says every time she goes, sir. At least in Japanese. I think she's saying, hi! Just very loudly. Hi is like general like affirmation or yes. Oh, of course. I understand.
Frankly, I didn't get close enough to Sir Belduke's desk, I mean. Couldn't make out what he was writing.
In any case, where did you find the letter the morning after the victim was found dead?
On a shelf next to his desk, in a small letterbox. Oh yeah, right there, next to his head. It was teeny. I was a teeny little bit scared, though, coming so close to a dead man.
So that's where she took
Was
the
the
letter
floor
from.
covered in dust that would have left footprints?
Ooh, good question.
So that's where.
Oh, sorry. I thought you already read that. Okay, you don't remember what it said? It's fine. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, let's go.
It happened all in his head. Maybe we didn't read his blue text this time, okay? Now that the circumstances are clear, we shall proceed with the cross-examination.
Well, to be fair, I was also waiting for the cross chatter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That looks like the one to go with the crime scene sketch.
Objection!
Nope. You fucked it, Sandry. We're not gonna get Perfect's rating anymore. That's rather hopeless, Sandry. You fucked us up.
Mudada?
Yeah, I think we had to actually get her to say, like, add that line to her testimony is what I think we had to do.
Hold it!
So I think we pressed this.
He went out like a light.
Sandry?
He was helping me look for the letter, and then it happened. Out of the blue. Just passed out, the rascal. He collapsed. And his eyes rolled back. He wouldn't move.
You know what this character is slowly turning into? Basically a 1920s reporter.
I need pictures, see? Pictures of Spider-Man.
Something like that, yeah.
Except that J. Jonah Jameson is from the 70s.
Almost sounds like he died.
No such luck, unfortunately. That horrible sound, he was grating his teeth. Thought my ears would explode.
This coming from
Wow.
this sir that yells loud enough to break glass. Not sure what came over me. Never happened before, sleeping like that. You know, I didn't just fall asleep. More like I sort of blacked out, I guess. No idea why. You guys, what do you think? Any ideas? I think it bears no relevance. And there you have my honest answer.
One moment.
And I think it's good.
Good idea.
If I had, there would have been 2 bodies. But the question is, why did he black out like that? The answer is...
I don't currently have evidence.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
It's really odd even for that guy to just suddenly fall unconscious. But I don't think I have the evidence for it.
Mr. Wright! Maybe we could use some more information. I think Luke may be right.
Player, are you paying attention?
I think that's what Professor is trying to tell us too.
Really? He's more like, get... I've got a bitch of an inch on my left ass cheek.
You.
Who turned this the guy around to have him point at me?
Ah, shit, it's a weeping angel. To me, it looks like he's demanding I find the answer right this second. For now, it's probably best to gather some more info, like Luke said.
Loop time. Words! Alright.
Hold it!
It's pretty late to be making a delivery.
Look, he's an alchemist. He gets loads of strange packages, that's why. He'd often order various implements from the glass craftsman, or have someone gather wild herbs for him. He's usually carried out experiments at night, so yeah. He often needed items delivered in the middle of the night.
Did Sir Belduke seem at all different than normal when you saw him that night?
Different? Let me think. Actually, yeah. See?
Huh?
I think it was about 3 days before Sir Belduke's death, I mean. That lightning strike.
Hang on!
Excuse me, Miss Grayrl.
Oh. What is it?
Did anything in Miss Mailer's statement catch your attention?
Dots. Well, just the lightning strike. Master Belduke did certainly change following that event. I wonder why it affected him so much.
alchemist and the sudden appearance of an old bell tower. Could there be some sort of connection between them? Anyway, looks like Grey Earl is as much in the dark about this as I am.
By the way, that strange lightning strike was not the result of witchcraft.
Oh, really?
I see. Well then, let us carry on.
Hold it!
You saw the letter he was writing.
I told you before. There were sheets of parchment with writing on them on his desk. I had a very quick look. There were so many sheets. The letter must have been very long.
Then, how can you explain the letter being blank now?
That's just it. That's what I'd like to know as well.
I wish I had some earplugs.
Sir Bell did. He was holding a pen when I arrived with the delivery, so he was in the middle of writing.
Okay, with how tipsy Amir is right now, he should be like, "What the fuck are you yelling at, little lady?" Like, he's pretty damn tipsy.
And also, he told me to pick up the letter the next morning.
And then you left his study.
Hold it!
I don't think it's going to add anything.
Wait a minute. When you say the butler, you mean...
Miss Grey Earl, of course. She was in the corridor carrying a tray. Wait.
Miss Grey Earl, I'd like to ask you something.
I think I've spotted how he passed out. Oh, certainly. What is it?
You stated previously that you excused yourself and left Sir Belduke's study shortly after 1 a.m.
Yes, that's correct.
However, according to Miss Mailer's testimony, the two of you came across each other while you were waiting outside that room. Why didn't you mention that until now?
And that's because... Oh, I apologize. I'm afraid I completely forgot to mention it.
Did I see that correctly? As
So you want...
like the camera panned, I think my brain combined Birdley's face with Amir, so it had Amir with his drunken ass self going. That's what my brain saw. You forgot. Miss Grey Earl, did you forget?
No, but I do need one moment. Just drop something. Give me a second.
Okay. Well, what day is today? Today is the 25th. Okay. Let me just give us a nice stretch here. Important part is to keep your limbs just a little bit limber while sitting at a desk. Okay.
I wouldn't know. I'm sitting in a chair.
Are you sitting at a chair or on a chair?
On a chair.
Yeah, I'm sitting on a chair
This
too,
mail
at a desk.
Here we go. This mail often comes with deliveries during the night. I did see her that night as well, but I didn't think much of it, seeing as it's nothing unusual. I had no reason to hide that from you. Please forgive me for the confusion.
Dots. That kind of thing can happen. Human memory is in no way perfecto mundo. Unlike mine and rocks. I can remember everything about rocks. Go ahead, ask me about this rock. Pulls out a rock. I don't imagine there's a problem here, is there?
On the contrary, Your Honor. There's one more thing Miss Grey Earl forgot to mention.
Miss Grail, just one more thing.
Dots.
What? What is it?
I'd like you to recall what Miss Mailer said about having met Miss Grey Earl that night.
Okay, it's been forever since I watched Shinny Columbo. Was that like just the thing he did very rarely, or was that like an every episode thing?
What?
No, that was like
one more
Yeah, that was like the big thing he always does in each episode.
So that was every episode, just one more thing, right?
Yeah.
In general, Columbo's thing was, I know who did it. The problem is I have to prove it. And they're being very helpful in trying to stop me from further getting stumbling in the way in the process.
Okay. We were right there. That happened just a minute ago, guys.
Well, Miss Grey Earl, apparently you were carrying a tray at the time. What do you have to say about that?
What?
Jean Grey Earl. I believe you should add that to your testimony.
I see what you know.
It's unlikely she really forgot about it. The fact she tried to hide it
Well, yes, it
must
had
mean
drugs
something.
in it, which is also the reason that Amir passed out, because he stole the drink off the desk. Miss Miller left just as I was putting the mask on his bed.
Let's go back, just be sure. Writing a letter, okay. That we didn't skip any. I was just checking that.
Hold it!
What do you mean by his usual drink?
The master's experiments continued for late hours. He would always have some juice to ward off sleepiness.
What kind of juice?
Gin.
Hey, Sandra,
Soda
you're...
juice.
Yeah, your microphone was sounded like you were holding on to it, or it was like being blocked from your mouth or something.
Tomato juice.
Hang on!
Excuse me, mister.
Dots?
Oi, mister.
Hey, I know nothing about nothing at all!
Dots.
Dots. Dots. Dab and dots. Dab and dots, like
Dots.
Dippin' Dots, but better. Witness, what have you done this time?
I will not have you besmirch the good name of Dippin' Dots, sir.
No, it's Dabbin' Dots. Don't give me that scary little Inquisitor Barnum. I was only just a little bit. Seriously, hardly anything at all.
What are you talking about?
Huh? What do you think I'm talking about? The juice. The tomato juice, of course. The tomato juice? Oh, you didn't. Surely even you wouldn't. Well, like I told you before, I think I sort of overdid it the previous night. When I woke up, my dad was pounding. That's why I went to see the alchemist. But you know what happened, and when I was left alone in the alchemist study, kind of caught me eye. The bottle, I mean. The tomato juice. We can call it tomato juice because we don't want to call it wine, because we are PG in this game. Actually, what is the rating of this game? Could somebody look it up? Because Amir is very obviously drunk, but they're calling it tomato juice.
To be fair, it's actually possible that he did have tomato juice.
I thought
Now, it looked like a wine bottle, but drinking wine to stay awake is kind of a idiotic plan because wine is a soporific.
No, he's taking a bit of the dog that ate him is what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Remember, the drink was originally for the alchemist to stay awake.
It's T for teen.
It was to ward off sleepiness.
Oh, it is on the screen. It is T for teen.
Oh, yeah, it is. To be fair, John, I was also Googling it, so...
Oh, streamer is blind. Streamer is blind. I thought it'd make my headache go away, you know? So you drank it, the tomato juice found at the crime scene. Well, why shouldn't I? To drinking it. What else you do with the drink? You drink it, right? So 3 things to not let you live down. Oh, there's many things to not let me live down. And how can you tell? And can you tell us where that bottle is now?
Come to think of it, I don't remember seeing it at the crime scene.
It's been confiscated.
Confiscated?
As I mentioned previously, the occult crime analyst confiscated all of Master's personal belongings from the crime scene.
Is that so? Well, I believe we should take note of that bottle and add it to the court record. Inserts the negative of a bottle where a bottle should be. This is evidence. This evidence doesn't exist. Well, I guess presumably they just go to storage and pick it up, right?
It does exist. Like even if it's not here in the courtroom, it does exist.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose they could just go get it. Like it's all in the Inquisitor's possessions, anyways.
Well, except they need special permission from Inquisitor Darkblood to get into that vault.
Yeah, so there I was, having a bit of juice when that girl came around. To tell you the truth, I don't quite remember what happened after that.
That's when he passed out, huh?
I'll look for the letter. Okay, let's push it.
You took the letter from the crime scene.
Oh, that's right. I took it from the crime scene.
Objection!
Objection! Desk slam. By the way, I think he has one of the better desk slams. I mean, not as high tier as putting your fucking leg on the desk and that's your desk slam, but that's a pretty good one. The armored slam, and like it's not just the hand, it's like the entire arm goes down. It's pretty good.
Not just that, but he also winds up for it first.
Sometimes he dabs first too.
Oh, well, it might be a crime scene, sure. But just look at the witch's defender. He's got to defend a witch, using any dirty tricks at his disposal.
Dirty tricks? What dirty tricks?
Same for me, I'm a courier. So come rain or shine, I've got to deliver. Where there's mail, there's a mailer.
Not a mailer, me. Mailer. I was so inspired by the young lady's spirit, I could have just had to help.
Although inspired by her dedication, he betrayed a lack of concentration.
Entirely my fault that it came to that. Had I only been at the residence then. Really? Really?
I did not know he actually said blarg at any point during this game, so the fact that I named the save file blarg is just... blarg!
Grey Earl was out notifying the knights at the time.
Yeah, I think we have evidence now, though, by the way. So I think this is... We get pressed to get to where... Yeah. We gotta get to the point where we question the guys. Like, what? Do you have evidence? I've got evidence.
The answer is, I've got evidence.
I've
Your
got a lack of
might-
evidence.
Your Honor, I might have a clue as to why this witness suddenly lost consciousness.
You do. Really? Did you work it out, Bluey?
You can shut up.
No. If that's the case, may the defense present some evidence. Which piece of evidence shows why this man fell unconsciousness?
The silhouette of a bottle. Mister, I believe the reason you might have lost consciousness at the crime scene is tied to a certain piece of evidence.
But wasn't it just because, I had a little bit too much fun the night before?
No, it was because of this.
Holds up a void where his bottle just shows out of nowhere.
Bink, bink, bink.
The wine bottle?
You passed out right after drinking this juice.
Okay, all my characters are going to refer to it as wine and wine bottle. I refuse to call it tomato juice. It is very obviously he had a bad headache and wanted to drink a bit of the dog that bit him.
The only reason I dispute that is because the alchemist was apparently drinking it to stay awake, and an alchemist would know that alcohol is a fucking soporific. I'm gonna stay awake. For that reason, I will drink some alcohol. What?
Therefore, it's not unreasonable to assume that there's a direct connection between the two. Also, it's possibly coffee liqueur.
Wine does not make... Well, okay, never mind. Tomato juice does not make people fall unconscious, Sir Blue Knight. Fine.
Exactly. That's why something must have been added to the contents of that bottle. Something like a soporific.
Shut up! Don't justify Sandry to make me look even worse.
I'm not doing anything. The
I'm
game's
talking
doing
to
it on
Phoenix.
itself.
I am talking to Phoenix in the game.
Yeah, shut up, John. I'm in charge now. I'm the main character. You're not.
You mean sleep medicine?
You understood what that word? I'm impressed. And if a soporific was mixed in with a tomato juice, that means Sir Belduke would have been unconscious at the time he was assailed.
Oh? Oh! Soporific means a sleepy time. This sketch. Have another look.
Soporific. It's sleeperific.
The red liquid trickling down from the victim's mouth. It's proof that Sir Belduke must have drank the tomato juice. I have failed to consider this. I have failed to consider this. No, I am Barnum. I had failed to consider this.
Inquisitor Barnum, I bet you remember saying this to the court. Can you imagine anyone just sitting back and letting themselves be strangled? Clearly, there should be evidence of a struggle. And since we haven't found any, that must mean the killer erased all traces of a fight from the crime scene. Is it me? I'm Barnum. However, if the victim was unconscious when his assailant was strangling him, then the killer could have committed the crime through a small portal big enough to put their arms through after all.
Objection!
Objection, slam. Come on and slam and welcome to the jam. That may be so, but tell me this. Riddle me this, Bluey. How would the culprit have managed to obtain such a strong soporific?
At an alchemist?
Okay, bingo. It was very simple. And I think you've realized why.
From the alchemist.
That's right. an alchemist would no doubt have a wide variety of various medicaments in their possession.
Yeah, he
And an
realized.
apprentice would have little trouble stealing some of them for their study.
Yeah, he realized right away.
It's like, how could he have? Oh, fuck me, that was
You
a
done
stupid thing
fucked
to
up,
say.
bro. Isn't that right, Miss Grey Earl? Or should I say, the witch?
Well, should I respond to that? I'm sorry to disappoint you, may perhaps be the best way to put it.
What do you mean?
Even though that juice bottle has been safely stored for the past 3 months, I'm positive it would be impossible to find any traces of that soporific now.
What soporific?
Huh?
You wicked... This is unbelievable! Was it really the butler who did it? With the candlestick in the observatory?
To be fair,
But everything she says holds true.
What were you about to say, Jordan?
To be fair, this is a kangaroo court. We don't have to have evidence. We have enough for a plausible case.
Yeah,
The
but...
plausible case is, I say she did it. Let's burn the bitch.
Exactly. She was pretending to be a boy. That's mighty suspicious to start with.
Oh. Your Honor, can we burn that person in the in the gallows? Judge, yes, granted.
You just,
I hope not. We don't burn people in gallows. You hang them from a gallows.
Is she? Oh, a witch?
I hate you so much.
Oh. Oh, don't worry.
Hold on, everyone.
We all said dots for all of those things. Don't worry about it. You just didn't hear it because your ears were ringing.
You've done that to Sir Belduc. She would never, ever do it.
Huh?
Please, let us testify just one more time. Miss Grayo, let's tell them. Let's prove they're wrong. I have no idea how much you've done for Sir Belduc. Miss Bella.
Very well, I shall grant your request. Speak up and start putting the people you want to protect under further scrutiny. Testify about the relationship between Miss Grey Earl and Sir Belduc.
Yes, sir. Thoughts? Lester took me in, a complete stranger. He'll forever be indebted to him. That's why I could never make an attempt on his life, through magic or otherwise. Sir Belduc was a wonderful man. He's the one who recommended this line of work to me. And he's the one who told me about it. The confidentiality obligation, I mean. I never once broken it.
Miss Mailer. You literally broke it in this courtroom.
No, I didn't. I never said what was in it. I said that it was written. That's not confidential. It was posted. You don't post blank letters.
It's true that Sir Belduc evoked fear due to his being an alchemist.
Being an alchemist.
However, he was also a man of admirable character who supported the townsfolk through his research. Why would anyone want to kill such a man?
Being
What
an
is
alchemist.
What is a man but a miserable little pile of secrets? This question keeps haunting me. However much I think about it. Witches need no reason behind their evil. That is what makes them witches.
Oh, so witches are ontologically evil then. Good to know.
Books.
Now the defense may begin its interrogation. I don't think I have any evidence for anything that's been said here, but let me double check here. Recommend this line of work to me. He's the one who told me about it. I mean, I'm going to press that statement first, because that statement, I think,
Is a little sus.
I think is important.
The confidentiality obligation is a rule held among couriers. Is that right?
Judge, your dementia is kicking in again?
Yes, the courier must not disclose the contents of a letter, or the names or addresses of its sender and recipient. Okay, I might have slightly broken that one. But I'll tell you confidentially that I love gossiping, bad-mouthing people especially. So I wasn't confident I could keep it. The confidentiality obligation, I mean. I just tended to talk about this and that.
To think that Belduke trusted her.
But then Sir Belduke spoke to me and told me this. Think about how you feel in that person's place. That got me thinking. I really, really like gossip. But when it comes to being gossiped about, people's messages are their secrets, and secrets must be kept.
Indeed. No one would want their letters to be publicly known. Speaking of, can we go ahead and publicly out that a blank letter was sent?
She's certainly determined when it comes to confidentiality. That's why she doesn't want to disclose the addressee of Belduke's letter. I'm not going to get it out of her.
I promised her Belduke, and I'm going to keep it no matter what. The promise, I mean. It's something I pride myself on, right?
Okay, well, guess we'll hit everything else.
This is the first case in
What?
in Great Attorney Chronicles.
Say what?
This game in general, but especially this case, feels very much like the first case in Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It's just like, let's just have another, like it feels like it's completed its story, and it's like, but let's add some more.
The first case in Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, both of them, just kept going and going and going
Really?
and going.
It wasn't. Look, in Great Ace Attorney Chronicles 2 wasn't nearly as bad. The first one was just like, let's add like three extra loops because.
I am still mad about the payoff for the, oh yeah, she was a spy this entire time. And that, okay, you know what? No, we'll talk about it when if we ever actually get back to that game, okay?
Look, I told the fact that the character's name was Curio Correcta.
Okay, let's get to this game right now. Jordan, did you already read this and we spoke over you, or?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
How long has it been since you began serving Sir Belduke?
I suppose it'd be 5 years now. Before that, I'd lost everything. I had nothing and nobody left in this world.
You lost everything?
That's when Master Belduke helped me. He kindly took me in and gave me work.
What did she go through before she started working for Belduke?
Later, when I was entrusted helping Master with his research, he even taught me how to read and write. I was able to live comfortably for so long, all with the Master.
I don't know much about Grey Earl. But she doesn't seem the type to kill someone who she owes so much to.
Everyone in this town knows how you serve Sir Belduke. Now you may continue your testimony.
Thank you, my lord.
No problem. Now that you're no longer a guy, you have to have permission for everything.
Hold on.
You're claiming you had no reason to kill Sir Belduke.
Yes, you can ask whomever you wish. I'm sure they'll say the same thing.
That is so. It is widely known that Jean Grey Earl was devoted to serving Sir Belduke. It is difficult to imagine that she could brutally murder her respected master. Indeed, I am of the same opinion. I have visited Sir Belduke on several occasions to inquire about this piece of evidence or that, and I must say I felt there was a strong bond of trust between him and Miss Greer. Do you still think you can come up with a motive?
Phoenix is sitting there going, since when have I fucking needed a motive, jackass? You haven't needed a motive the last couple times.
A motive?
Jean Grey Earl's motive for murder.
Grail risked a lot to conjure up a small portal in the wall.
Jean Grey Earl, I mean. I keep mispronouncing it. That's my bad.
No, it's Sean.
And
It's
then
John.
and then she killed Belduke. But what motive did she have?
Suggest a motive, suggest another motive. What? Just a motive for murder, suggest another motive.
I think it was another motive.
Presumably, but I can't think what.
Thanks, game! Alright, we'll just
Sure,
try.
another motive it is.
I understand. The defense will present evidence.
Fuck, I don't think I have my evidence.
I think you do.
Evidence to indicate Jean Grey Earl's motive for murder.
No.
Wait, what? What is this about, Sir Blue Knight?
Sir Belduke's life was taken that day. That's a fact. However, was this actually the culprit's true objective?
Objection!
Objection slam. What? This is nonsense. Sir Belduke was murdered. What other possible reason could there be besides someone wanting him dead?
I'm fairly positive this piece of evidence will lead us to the culprit's real motive.
Very well. Defense, present the evidence. Present evidence to indicate Jean Grey Earl's motive for committing the crime.
I'm assuming it's the blank letter.
Take that!
Miss Grey Earl had no reason for wanting to kill Sir Belduke.
Dots?
However, there was another incident that night, which is related to this case. And I have an idea what it was.
Another incident.
I'm referring to this letter. Sir Belduke wrote a letter shortly before his death, yet all we have here are some blank sheets of parchment.
I'm gonna test them here real quick. Is there an option to make the Nope. I was seeing if there's an option to make like the text appear faster. Although I'm going to. Oh, nope. I am going to.
This ace attorney just aced this puzzle.
You don't get to finish that line, Phoenix.
Fascinating. Are you saying that maybe a witch used some sort of ink removing magic on that pen I destroyed?
No, the spell used by the witch was, of course, Godor.
Of course, Godor.
Oh,
Let's go over the state of the crime scene one more time. As we know from Miss Mailer's testimony, the letter was in the letter box next to the victim's head.
Ah, I'm the judge. Yes, it is in the sketch as well. The letterbox is on the far side of the shelf. There's an elf there too.
The point of note is the location of that letterbox.
Unbelievable!
As Inquisitor Barnum seems to have noticed, the letterbox is within reach. of the small portal conjured by the witch behind the painting on the wall.
Oh, indeed it is.
And, as Sir Belduke's butler, you would have known exactly where he keeps his letters.
Dots. Indeed, Master Belduke would always keep his letters in that letterbox before posting them.
You mentioned no such thing.
It didn't come up. Why would I have mentioned it? What matter what letters had to do with it?
A
Miss
crime.
Grey Earl,
Okay, go ahead. A crime happened in your residence. Don't you know at that point every personal detail about your life is forfeit?
It's just a chest bindings.
you created a portal with Godor.
Does that imply she actually just is hiding absolutely massive?
Not with the intention of killing Sir Belduke. You were after this letter, weren't you?
It's merely wild conjecture. I didn't even know about the letter at that time.
You didn't? Now that's very strange.
How so?
When Miss Mailer came by that night, Sir Belduke was busy writing that letter. And that's when you entered, carrying a bottle of tomato juice. There's no way you wouldn't have known that your master was writing a letter to someone. And you could have known even more than that. For instance, perhaps you know what he was writing about.
It's enough. I served Master Belduke as his butler. I would never have pried into his private affairs. Whatever it was he wrote about in his final letter to Storyteller. Whoops.
Oh?
It's no concern of mine.
Your Honor?
Oh, what? I wasn't paying attention. What's happening? Yes, defense?
I'd like Miss Grey Earl's last statement to be added to her testimony.
Any objections, Inquisitor Barnum? No, my lord. Very well. Witness, include what you just told us in your testimony.
As you wish, my lord.
You done fucked up, lady.
I had no reason to take his life nor steal this letter to the Storyteller.
Hold it!
Let me get this straight. You didn't know anything about the victim's letter.
That's right. I believe I have said as much.
Then how did you know? How did you know it was addressed to the Storyteller?
Ah, indeed. I didn't quite catch that. Thank you.
Thoughts?
Why don't you answer his question, witness?
Thoughts?
It's true this letter is addressed to the Storyteller. But when did you find out about it?
Thoughts? I've spoken the truth about the murder with many people. I've spoken
Oh?
about the murder with many people over the last 3 months.
Hang on!
Hang on! Stop talking!
Excuse me, Miss Mailer.
Yes. God.
Jesus, I thought I caught her off guard, but it's her screech that caught me off guard. Is there perhaps anything you'd like to add to Miss Grey Earl's testimony?
Gods. No, not really.
In that case, let me ask you a different question. Did you tell Miss Grey Earl about Sir Belduke's letter?
No, of course not. Dots. No, Dots.
She said, I don't know. Do not beat about the bush, witness. Answer the question.
I may briefly interrupt.
No.
Dots.
I am testifying right now.
It looks like there's about four or five of you, depending on if you got the bird or not, on this stand. There's a lot of people testifying.
If you wish to question Miss Mailer, please do so once you've finished interrogating me.
She's not going to let me question Mailer from the looks of it. And if she's so keen to prevent her from answering, this might just be a critical point in the testimony. I've got to find another way for fishing for that information.
Witnesses continue testifying. This means I probably have to get something out of Miss Mailer before we can continue.
Hold it!
He's the one who recommended the work for me.
You mean you became a courier because of Sir Belduke?
That's right. I was also an orphan. I've been stealing bread and apples from the stalls to survive. I was known far and wide among the traders in the shopping area. I was famous, or rather infamous.
Was she stealing from Miss Eclair, too?
One day, Miss Braille took me there. Just about Luke's residence, I mean. Sir Belduke helped me to find a suitable job.
And so you became a courier?
Yes. See, I had only one real skill. I'm light-footed.
And you have a voice that kills the entire universe.
First, I didn't take it seriously. The job, I mean. I didn't care about work. But then I realized it's not so bad to be useful, to other people. So, I owe him a lot too, you see. Sir Belduke, I mean.
And she sings the song that ends the world.
What a heartwarming
Just
story.
out of curiosity, is Miss Mailer the witch?
What?
I think the judge might have just wiped away a tear with the rim of his hood.
The more you hear about Sir Belduke, the more obvious it will become that no one had any reason to want to kill him.
It sure does seem that way.
Okay. Secrets must be kept. Okay, the promise, yep. Okay, well, at this point I'm just going to throw a hit going at it.
I think it has something to do with the confidentiality obligation. I mean,
Yeah, well, I'm just going to have it point me to the right. Okay. Continue the press. Okay, yeah, continue to press that statement, apparently.
Hold it!
I think this is the same thing we read earlier, right?
It is.
Yeah, okay.
I think so, yeah.
When did you find out about it?
Goodness.
Does it telling me to...
Just keep going.
Okay, so just keep going. All right.
Everyone has been very kind to me. Even told me all sorts of things. Must have heard about it from someone at some point.
Well, that incident was surely much talked about. Would you not agree, defense?
Does her testimony hold together?
No.
Well, what option of these two should I... Oh, sorry, what option of this one should I pick, Sandry?
Option B.
There is a huge contradiction in Miss Gray Earl's testimony.
You're becoming very predictable, Sir Blue Knight. If there's a contradiction, I hope you have the evidence to prove it.
Here's my chance. There's only one way to expose this contradiction.
Which one of these options, Sandry, should I choose?
Yeah, I mean,
I can't present evidence.
The defense has no intention of presenting evidence.
All right, GG, your client's guilty. Next. What?
The proof that there is a contradiction cannot be found in the court record.
what's the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
The professor pointed it out to me in the previous witch trial. In this court, an attorney's arsenal isn't limited to the court record.
I am Leighton. It's been a while since I've had to voice. Just remember this for the future. Each of the witnesses in this trial has given their own account of what occurred. Therefore, whenever one witness has testified, the other remaining witnesses have listened. Should one witness's testimony differ from another's testimony, then I suppose that in itself can also be considered a contradiction, can it not?
Juxtaposing contradictory testimonies from different witnesses is the key.
Yeah, that was in this game too, Sandry. This game is the origination of both of those things, remember?
Miss Gray Earl, your testimony contradicts another one that we've heard in this court today.
And the, I told no one about it.
Yep.
Objection!
I've never once broken. Was Lucan, did you see Lucan to spell it out?
If you didn't hear it, they also said objection too.
It was a single word that gave you away, Miss Gray Earl.
What do you mean by that?
The name of the recipient. There were only a few people who knew the intended recipient of that letter. 4 people, to be precise.
Ooh, the music kicked in, and this is good music. I'll turn it slightly up. Oh, why isn't that working? It should be working. Only 4 people. Oh, that's a little bit loud. It'll be drowning you guys out. I'm going to turn it down a little bit.
First was Sir Belding, the author of the letter. Then there was Miss Mailer, who delivered it. Did you hear me?
Yeah, no, I'm just doing audio adjustments on the fly here.
Okay. And of course, the storyteller, its recipient, as well as one more person. The one who stole the letter, using a portal spell and swapped it with blank sheets of parchment. The witch.
No. Maybe I did. Maybe I did spill the beans. About the letter, I mean. Maybe I told the butler.
You did what?
Well, because you see, me and the butler are sort of friends. It's about our dear Sir Beldu. I feel like I might have told her about it after all. See, if I did, that's how she knew. About the recipient, I mean.
Objection!
I understand that you're friends with Miss Gray Earl, and you want to help her out. But I've got a piece of advice, Miss Mailer. You shouldn't lie, even for a friend.
Huh?
Remember your testimony? You told us about the courier's duty to keep the details of letters confidential. And you also testified that you have never broken that obligation. Remember?
Objection!
Objection. But hold on just a minute. As the victim's butler, Jean Grey Earl may have had a chance to catch a glimpse of the envelope.
Objection!
Fuck you know.
No, she didn't.
Dots.
When Miss Mailer came with the delivery, Sir Belduke was still writing that letter. In fact, he was in the middle of it. At that time, the letter had not been addressed yet.
Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but is it not possible, and I'm going to just throw this out here, that he said, John, make sure that Miss Mailer knows to get this letter to Storyteller tomorrow. Like,
I am going to give you.
No.
I am going to give you this. There is, in fact, no world in which that would have been said.
well, no. Because
I am
it's letter,
giving you
but-
this right now because but I understand where you're coming from. But I'm giving this to you right now. There's, in fact, no world in which that would have been said.
I'll bite on why no world.
Did you read this yet, Jordan, or no?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Plot reasons. And the next morning, when the body was discovered, that letter was already in the letterbox. Keep in mind that Miss Greyearl would have had no opportunity to see it then either.
Is that so? She went to report the crime without even setting foot in the study.
And then Miss Mailer appeared and retrieved the letter. Needless to say, Miss Greyearl couldn't have learned of the letter's recipient afterwards.
Dots.
Or maybe you have a good explanation, Miss Greyearl? I'd very much like to hear one. Can you please tell the court how you found out the recipient's name?
Who is this?
This
The
might
master
be
told
voiced.
me.
This might be voiced here in a second. No, it's not.
Mr. Wright.
Yeah?
Do you remember what I said when I was called to the witness stand?
Yes.
At the heart of alchemy lies the pursuit of rules and logic that govern nature. You've demonstrated the power of your own logic.
Well, she looks a little bit sad now. Her eyes have changed.
Hmm?
Miss Greyearl.
Are you saying?
Yes, I confess. The Barnes witch who used the spell Godor to swap the contents of that letter, and who took the life of Master Belduke, was none other than I.
Thoughts?
Which is why I'm wondering if it's Mailer. I was an only child born to a poor family. I've been a witch ever since I was very little. When did I become aware of it? I don't remember. Though I was but a young child, I knew that being a witch was a crime. That's why I'd hid my witch's scepter and wouldn't use magic at all. My father worked as a bricklayer. He toiled every day, but we could hardly make ends meet. One winter day, we couldn't afford to pay the rent. We were going to lose the house. Mother was in tears, and my father was sitting with his head down, wordless.
I want money for Mummy and Daddy.
I invoke the power of Satan to give me money.
That day, I remembered about the witch's scepter that I had hidden.
The Goldor spell.
thought I'd try it, just once, casting the spell. At the time, I had no idea what an irreversible mistake it would be. Even though no one told me, I knew from the very beginning what magic I was able to use. What should I turn into gold? I was thinking about it. Really hard. Little that I was. Someone give me a stick up. Someone taken for a work of art. I decided to choose a pretty leaf that had fallen into our garden. But it wasn't the right thing to do after all. I was terribly punished for using magic, even just the once.
Punished?
In what way were you punished?
I placed the leaf down in the back garden and cast the spell. But then, Margaret suddenly walked in front of me.
Margaret?
My closest childhood friend. Margaret, right before my eyes. She was turned into gold.
Oh dear me.
I screamed and cried, but I knew I couldn't ask anyone for help. If anyone had seen it, they would have known that it was a work of magic. And I knew Margaret wasn't coming back. It's terrible. Then my mother's and father's faces flashed before my eyes. We had been very poor, but we were happy together. I'd been captured as a witch. I feared that my parents probably wouldn't be safe either. I thought tormented me more than anything, and so I made my decision. I decided to end my own life.
Wow, that
Threw
got
myself
dark
into the
real
river near
fast.
the town. It was winter and the water was as cold as ice. I couldn't even move. It was painful. My consciousness started drifting away. That's... Next thing I knew, I was in Master Belding's residence. He risked his own life in jumping into the freezing water to save me. I burst into tears and told him everything. I didn't want to go back home. It would only end up causing my parents grief. Mr. Belduc listened to me without interrupting, and then he told me this.
You can stay here, but from now on, you must live as a boy.
Mr. Belduc met with my parents and explained everything to them. They were very sad, but they agreed it would be best if I didn't return home. Oh, Miss Grail. It must have been so awful for her. Mr. Belduc bought the house for my parents so they wouldn't have to worry about paying rent anymore. As for Margaret, turned into gold, he brought her to his residence. He knew that if anyone saw her, they would report an incident of witchcraft.
And this Miss Margaret, is she still in that golden state?
Yes. Yes, she is.
That's strange. We have received no reports of anyone by that name having gone missing.
Margaret is being kept in the basement under the master's study.
The basement? Correct me if I'm wrong, but this Margaret, is she,
Yes, my dear friend was a goat that we were keeping at our house.
Hold on. Sorry, I was expecting the judge to finish it off. Hold on. I am bottom. A goat.
Till then, Master Belduc had mainly been researching medicine. But since the incident with Margaret, he became known as an alchemist.
so that's when he became an alchemist. I was wondering why the goat was the only thing not covered in dust.
That's how I started a new life as Master Belduke's butler.
Sir Belduke would sometimes work as a physician, curing the townspeople of their illnesses. As his assistant, you have also shown commitment to helping the townspeople through your work.
I forgot about being a witch and was able to live happily, at peace with everyone. I thought I could stay like that forever. Dots.
Why am I still up here, guys? But those peaceful days come to an abrupt end. Tell us, what in the world was the cause?
Dots. But I am not quite sure what led to this. However, it all started 3 months ago with that lightning strike. Mr. Belduke and I were on our way back home, carrying specimens for experiments. An old bell tower appeared in flames. Everyone was stupefied.
Oh, what's that song? At first I was...
I was thinking more of Disturbed.
Ooh.
The expression on Master Belduke's face was unlike anything I'd seen before.
What do you mean?
His face went pale and twisted in sheer terror. He's shaking violently. It wasn't just astonishment at an unusual phenomenon. It seemed as if he was afraid of something more concrete.
What's concrete? Perhaps Sir Belduke saw... I know, concrete did definitely exist during this time. Anyway, perhaps Sir Belduke saw something that others couldn't. Concrete has lasted a long time. I think the most recent theory is actually a lot of the pyramids were not like manually moved stone, but actually a form of concrete.
Considering the giant amounts of sandstone that were evidently pulled from nearby quarries, I X to doubt.
No,
yeah, same here.
What it was is they actually managed to get like a sample going from top to bottom, and that sandstone that was usually the like the bones, the small bones that are in it, they're like evenly distributed, right? But what they actually found out that at the top there was very little, at the very bottom there was a lot of each individual stone that they managed to test. So there actually is a chance it is concrete. It's not like concrete as we know it, right? But it's concrete as in like basically a rock you make. Anyway, perhaps Sir Belduke saw something that others couldn't. Sandra,
His experiments for the night and began writing a letter to someone.
a letter?
I found out about it when I brought him his bottle of tomato juice. He's writing feverishly, as if he were obsessed. I saw some things. A few words in that letter. Expose everything. Cannot keep this secret any longer. The truth about the witch. Dots. Master Belduke is going to confess that I was a witch. Everything went black in front of me. I'll never forget the feeling that overwhelmed me in that moment.
Is that when you decided to commit the crime?
What I did first was accidentally singe a single part of the wall in my room. It was an excuse to repaint that section of wall. Green.
Then you also painted the wall behind the painting in Sir Belduke's study.
And when that fateful night came, I used a syringe to inject a soporific through the cork into the bottle of tomato juice. So many thoughts were running through my head as I wished Master a good night. I opened the portal behind him. He was right there in front of me, asleep. I reached for the letter in the letterbox, taking care not to wake him. And then I happened to notice the name on the envelope. Storyteller. When I read that name, the world around me turned black once more. It's impossible to avoid what is written by the storyteller. It seemed as if I could hear the doors closing on all my escape routes. It was the sound of despair.
Oh, it's a despair!
But Zesuosita.
Sorry, Sandra. You. I don't think you've watched anything to do with Danganronpa, have you?
Yeah, I was fully expecting to see that word in yellow text. Dots.
I'd like you to believe me. The thought of taking Master Belduke's life never once occurred to me before. I only planned to steal the letter and then disappear. But as I looked upon Master sleeping there in front of me, at that moment I felt an evil presence awake within me. Why did he save my life? And why did he betray me? Before I realized what I was doing, my hands were clutching his neck. He didn't move at all, so I kept on clenching. Dots. That's it. That's the truth about what happened 3 months ago.
But Maya's going to be still executed because she's the witch for this trial. 5 more cross-examinations! There's just one thing I fail to understand.
Yes?
You said you wanted to run away once you had stolen the letter. Yet despite that, you continue to live in Sir Belduke's residence. And now, here you stand. Why did you not run away?
Dots. Life had been thrown into disarray due to the absurdity of magic. I had learned all about alchemy, living in Master's residence. Alchemy is concerned with the logic that governs the world. I wanted to truly believe there is such a thing. So I stayed in that place, hoping to one day see the irrational nature of magic overcome by the power of reason.
Magic being overcome by reason.
That night, I swapped the letter with blank sheets of parchment and waited for the sun to rise. I resolved to wait for the day when my true identity could be exposed to reason and logic. Master's death remained a mystery for 3 months, and people started to lose interest. And then you appeared, Mr. Wright.
Hmm?
On the day you visited the residence, I was listening to your conversation from the other room. As the time finally come for me, my heart was racing with anticipation. Then, a few minutes after everyone entered that room, an unbelievable incident took place.
That incident...
A witch appeared in Master's study.
What?
I wanted to get a look at the witch, so I created a portal in the wall behind the painting. Precisely at that moment, Goldor. The witch used one of the very spells that I can use too. When I heard those words, a single thought flashed through my mind. This was my chance. I could dispose of my witch's scepter. I knew at the time what kind of witch the Inquisition would be looking for.
A witch that can use Familia and Goldor.
It occurred to me that I only needed to change one of the magic gems. I previously found out the Familia gem was purple. I realized I could swap my Goldor gem with the amethyst. But pin the blame for my crime on that other witch.
So you changed one of the gems and threw the witch's scepter into that room. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Objection!
Objection, dab. Wait a minute, Jean Grey Earl. This statement of yours is highly problematic and not this trial at all?
How so, Inquisitor Barnum?
Yes, you are right.
Can someone explain to me what this is about? Not for me, I understand, but like for the audience.
I am a witch indeed. A sinful creature that killed the person to whom she owed her life. However, regarding the gentleman standing next to you, Mr. Wright, he may have fallen victim to a witch. But that witch was not me.
Oh. Wait, what?
I know I'm coming in on the tail end of this, but
Oh, hey.
If you're here,
hello.
pick up the judge.
Speak of the judge.
Order in the court. What in the? What is the meaning of this?
Jean Grey Earl admits killing Sir Belduke, but not to turning Sir Leighton into gold. That is the gist of it, my lord.
But lying about it is meaningless.
Lying?
Just being a witch is a crime in itself. And the punishment for that crime is the same, regardless of whether she took one person's life or two. That's why there's no point in lying about it. I'm sure that's what the judge is thinking.
Grey Earl is still claiming she never laid a finger on the professor.
I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy.
I shot the Leighton. But
They didn't shoot the
there's-
Leighton. That's right at the point.
But if there's no point in lying, does that mean she must be telling us the truth?
Not necessarily.
So in that case, who's responsible for what happened to the professor? If it wasn't her, then who was it?
It was me.
'Twas I, Dio!
Uh,
Dots.
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 This has to be somebody. Just remember it for whoever shows up next. Mind if I say something? I'm still here,
Yes.
by the way.
Yes.
Dots, take a hint, witness. Does it feel like this is the right moment for you to talk? Read the room. Well, that's just kind of why I was staying quiet until now. But, I either say it now or never. Dots. Alright, just wanted to let you know.
Don't simply fall silent after saying that. It only makes it weigh on my mind more. Whatever did you want to say?
Dots. Oi, Bluey.
Yes.
I need to make sure about something. Me head's not what it used to be, you know?
Yes.
The Alchemist Butler. Lady Butler, maid. The alchemist maid. She slipped sleep medicine into his drink.
That's correct. She laces tomato juice with it.
And then she strangled the alchemist afterwards.
Yes. Sir Belduke was unconscious from the sleep medicine, so he didn't resist.
And that explains why we found no signs of a struggle at the crime scene. Yeah, about that. I let it slip earlier about what I did the crime scene, right? I told you that, I had a few sips of that juice. And the sleep medicine mixed in made you sleep like a log. Yes, we remember. Yeah, well, here's the thing. It's just between us, okay? You see, when I appropriated that juice, the juice bottle was unopened.
It was unopened?
¿Qué pasa?
I mean, the throat was parched and I wasn't thinking straight. That brand new bottle was just there waiting for me with a corkscrew conveniently laid next to it. I could have just let that go to waste, and I swiftly pulled out the cork and got the sip, sip, sip.
How are you not dead?
What? So, in case you don't get what I'm getting at, the alchemist, didn't have a single drop of the juice within the sleep medicine.
Huh? What?
This is what I mean by it feels like the first case in grade 8.
Witness, you went to the trouble of opening a bottle found at the crime scene just to drink its suspicious contents.
Hey, that's what I've been telling you. I was dying of thirst.
That doesn't justify what you've done.
Objection, dab! The Inquisition shall deal with this witness after the trial. Maybe a whip.
Oh, but I wish that were true. I wish that were true, but I have faith this man will be back.
But did anyone suspect him?
He will find... I am bottom. He will find out what it means to be dying of thirst in a more literal meaning. However, let us not waste any more time with him now. The witch has confessed to her crimes. There is no need to investigate Sir Belduke's death any further.
Indeed, you were right, Inquisitor.
I mean, he's right in the fact that this is a witch's trial and they found the witch.
They found a witch, but not necessarily the witch. For one thing, that's not the case that was on trial anyway.
Her role in the Sir Leighton incident is not entirely clear. But a person who killed her protector, to whom she owes her very life, can be nothing other than a witch!
That does not follow.
The court has sufficient grounds to sentence her as such.
To be fair, you're asking for logical consistency in a witch trial. Belduke
In fairness, there actually are witches. This is not a witch hunt.
Belduke
In the euphemistic meaning of the word.
Belduke didn't drink the juice that night. And if that's true, there's one thing here that doesn't add up.
The problem here is that they don't have a competent medical examiner, which means that we have no idea what actually killed him. Some petechial hemorrhaging would be a really nice thing to investigate right now.
What we really need is oh god, I forgot her name from the Chronicles game. Scythe, yeah, we
Crazy
need
science
her.
lady.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
yes.
take the daughter.
No, Capcom, what the actual swear? What happens to the victim if he didn't drink it? Good question, Isa.
Mr. Wright, I have to say, there's something about this that's bothering me.
Only something?
You think?
I'm sure there's a contradiction looking in that man's testimony.
You think?
You think so, Luke?
Yeah, I think these are contradictions in that testimony. Can I really turn a blind eye to that?
No.
You,
of course
you know,
not. This is
you
not-
know, Phoenix has to not wait for the verdict and get the true answer. You know it.
However, this is an excellent place for us to pause because we're 2 minutes from time.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
well
this is
we have
not like
we have
two,
to get to.
This is not like 2 lines of testimony left. This is the whole fucking investigation left.
Actually, no, it's not. But
Bullshit.
we do have to get to a point where I actually. I wish you would have said it like 3 seconds sooner, because then I would have stopped at that like little choice that we just did. The only reason why I don't want to do this is don't want to stop right now is because last time we did this, it accidentally skipped ahead a few like beats when I did the save, or it rewound it. Like I don't know, it's a little bit inconsistent, but it doesn't exactly save where I want to save, if that makes sense.
All right, let's see where.
But that claim contradicts a certain piece of evidence.
What?
Defense, I would like a word with you.
Banana.
Approaching the bench, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
At this point, your client's innocence has already been established.
Okay.
Therefore, whether there is a contradiction in that man's testimony or not should no longer be of any of your concern.
But, I wanna. That may be so, Your Honor. But even though I'm here to defend the accused, the true duty of any attorney is to uncover the truth behind what happened.
Sandry, you can
No, it
you can
fucking isn't.
you can save it for later. Dots.
Your job is to zealously advocate for your client.
Not in my state, it's not actually.
Fair enough. My job's not done until there are no more contradictions left.
Very well. Sir Blue Knight, let us hear about this contradiction you've discovered.
The bottle was first opened by that guy, meaning Belduke didn't drink any of it. That means there's one piece of evidence that should be very difficult to explain.
I would like to hear about this contradiction too. The defense shall present evidence. Where is the contradiction in this witness, having been the one who opened the bottle of tomato juice?
That would
in
be
the crime scene pictures?
Yeah, that would be the crime scene pictures. But since we got to a point where it's actually stopped, then if we save
Yes,
here,
let us
that'll-
save.
Actually, can I save
All
here?
right.
Can I save? Oh, fuck. No, I legitimately didn't mean to press that button. I was trying to figure out if I could save here.
Well, you're it.
Fuck, sorry.
Guilty! Guilty! She's a witch!
I think if I save here, it'll at least rewind back to that.
Oh, so you have credibility points in this game.
What?
Yep.
Well, it says credibility.
What? What are you talking about?
I don't know. It
Oh,
says credibility right there.
Oh, those are just the penalizations until the judge
Yeah.
is tired of your shit.
Yeah.
I was
All
like,
right, I will catch
credibility. Are you talking about the Picarat score? All right.
It says credibility, and then there's like.
Oh, I get it.
shield icon.
I get what you're saying. Anywho, yes, I'm pretty sure. I just FYI, I'm pretty sure like that was the last piece of evidence we have to present. But that's beside the point. So yeah. Thanks for coming, Colin, even though it was just the last 5 minutes.
Sorry, I was held up today.
Okay, it's fine. No, it is perfectly fine. It's just
It's
like,
fine.
Yeah.
just like, oh, he's here to take the judge off me. Okay. Right. Let's go ahead and I don't think I want to go through this just in case Sandry's characters do speak. So, we're going to end it here and pick this up next week. We'll we're definitely going into like the next like section of the game. We'll finally be done with this trial.
Thank God.
Oh, no. Save that for the last ones.
This isn't the last trial?
No.
No, this
Oh.
is the second trial.
Oh.
Well, second
I thought
witch
this was
trial,
like-
third trial overall.
I thought this was like the finale because the guy's gold and never mind. I've never played this game before, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Oh no. They're Layton's dead. The title Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, that was just a total misnomer. It was just a Phoenix Wright game this entire time. By the way, in case you're unaware of this, I did actually a bit of details came across my dash at some point where apparently the game that like the concept art for this game was released, and the game it had like was going in a wildly different direction. Both Layton and Phoenix Wright looked like they were like master thieves.
Huh.
With like kind of a casino gambit to them, if that makes sense. Like Master Thieves are like a casino gambit, so it's like, and then like the person said, "Man, where's this game that we could have gotten because that looks awesome." So yeah, this game actually went through like a huge like rework to become like all about witch trials, but yeah, I don't know. Do you two have anything to add before I sign out?
Nope, not really.
Okay, well, everybody in Twitch and YouTube land, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Ta-ta for now.
Don't you ta-ta me.
Bye.
I'll ta-ta whoever I feel like.